Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope all doing well. You join me for the Formula One sprint qualifying Watchalong in Austria, Spielberg, the home of Red Bull, Thoughts. I don't know if we do content. I haven't really done predictions on the sprint format because I think it needs to be a discussion now. The sprint format for me needs to be a discussion. I mean, there's positives and there's negatives to it. The positives to the sprint format which is done me the question for everyone to discuss in the comments to give their answers on the sprint format, which was first introduced in 2021. It's been a bit divisive, hasn't it, the sprint format, because the positives are you get bonus points added to your driver standing total, which is one of the positives. Another positive is it will be better than having just a practice sessions. Which I wouldn't actually mind, to be honest. I wouldn't actually mind if we had every. The problem is with the sprint, you need to have it in certain circuits. You can't do a sprint at Monaco, for example. Just pointless. Just literally pointless doing a sprint at Monaco where you can't overtake. I'm all for keeping sprints, but there needs to be a few adjustments added to it. Because for me, I don't think it's fair to give just the top 8 the points when in the actual race, top 10, obviously they're on the points. So for me, you probably need the chances I would make to it. I would give the top 10. Obviously the sprint starts at 3:30. By the way, I just thought I'll do early to discuss this sprint and the sprint situation. They're just currently talking to Christian Horner. That's what's happening at the moment. But the changes I would make to the sprint format is, you see, with the actual race, I said it in my start of the season preview, that the points totals for the sprint format should be the top 10, like the actual race, get the points. But for the sprint format, you get half the points, if you know what I mean. So if you win the actual race, you get 25 points, or if you as well get fastest lap, you get 26 points. So let's say the winner wins the actual race, let's say 26 points, including the fastest lap. Then half of that, then you get half the points in the sprint race. So sprint race winner will get 13 points or 12.5 points. While the winner in the actual race gets obviously 25 and 26 points. So that's the first change I will make, and give points to the top 10 as well in the sprint format. The sprint races, the sprint qualifying, all need to be at certain circuits where you can actually overtake. Ideally, a lot of overtaking opportunities, ideally, at circuits like that. Azerbaijan, there's no way that Azerbaijan Formula 3 should have had the sprint format that season. That was an absolute disaster. It really was absolute disaster. The only time you can overtake is when in start finish straight. That long start finish straight in Azerbaijan. So that's another thing I will make a change to in terms of sprint format. But the negatives are, it's not really actual F1, is it? Actual F1 is like practice sessions, actual qualifying, and actual race. But it is what it is, people. Formula 1 is being run by Americans now. It's been run by Americans. And by the way, the sprint format ain't done anywhere. It's a bit like VAR in football in the next league, in the Premier League, where it won't go away. It won't go away at all. It's there to stay. Same with the sprint format. It's there to stay in Formula 1. So if the sprint format is here to stay, then for me, he needs to get rid of the practice sessions then in certain circuits. I would only keep practice sessions for Monaco Grand Prix. I know people come at me saying, what the hell are you on about? That's what they're already doing. Yeah, but there's got to be more races where you don't have the sprint format, surely. You'd have to have the sprint format. And half the circuits for me, mainly the street circuits, for me, you probably need actual qualifying and actual race and actual practice sessions, in my opinion. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts anyways on the sprint format. It's not done anywhere. It's not done anywhere. We can all obviously say this until the towels come on, but it is what it is. But yeah, the F1 good to see Martin Brundle back this weekend in the F1 pundit lineup. Obviously, he was away for the Spanish Grand Prix this past weekend. Martin Brundle will probably be here next weekend as well. Next weekend is towards the British Grand Prix, and I must say though, the F1 pundit lineup, before any snowflakes come at me, it is what it is. It is what it is. Naomi Chef or whatever her name is, curious. She's absolutely curious. She's absolutely curious. She makes stuff up. She makes stuff up to try and make sense, but it doesn't make sense at all. I feel sorry. I'm sorry I have to ban on about it then. I have to ban on about it, especially with women in sport punditry. I don't mind Laura Woods. I think she's a brilliant presenter. That's where she should be, presenting. She's better than Darry Jennifer. Yes, we will. And not in an attractive way either. There's Emma Parton who does the darts. No problem. No problem with her presenting. It holds the pundits can help her with their analysis. But for me, you can't have women on punditry. You just can't. I'm sorry. You just can't. And Naomi Schiff, you got this American woman on the F1 punditry lineup as well. She's more curious. I'm sorry, Jason Button, Damon Hill, the likes of them, they just look at them and think to themselves, they don't even listen to them. They just fucking nodding their head, like nodding dots. Oh, come on, let's have some common sense. Let's have some common sense in this bloody world, honestly. Completely different. It's completely different when women do content creators on YouTube. No problem. I've got no problem with women doing content even on the men's sports. But because at the end of the day, some of the women that do content on YouTube, I will say though, some of them know what they're talking about, which is I have no problem with, and I know some of them as well. But unfortunately, I don't think she's on do YouTube anymore by the other things. But she's in the minority. She's in the minority of knowing she knows what she's talking about. There's a few other female content creators as well. And when they do women's football content, perfect. It's perfect because they'll have more knowledge on the women's game than the men's game, than women's sports, than men's sport. Which is why I think Naomi, Naomi for me, she needs to be on the Formula W series, which is the women's Formula series. That's where she needs to be. She shouldn't be doing analysis on men's F1 when she doesn't know her onions. Yes, we will. So I don't mind women presenters on Formula 1. I don't mind that. because at the end of the day, they're only there 2%, aren't they? Yes, we will. But it's just when they're on the punditry lineup. Come on, they're curious. But anyways, enough of that. McLaren are the only team this weekend to bring upgrades to Spielberg, which is the home of Red Bull. But obviously, this is not actual qualifying, it is sprint qualifying. Hopefully, I can do actual qualifying tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll wait and see. I haven't done a race watching on yet, but I haven't got any time really to do a race watching on. So I need to do that on my channel. I need to do at least one race watching on, because that's when it will be entertaining and exciting, especially with the race start as well. And but obviously this fits my time schedule, the sprint qualifying and qualifying, because it only takes like an hour, doesn't it? And but yeah, like I said, McLaren, the only team to bring Hoods upgrades this weekend. Max Verstappen was the only one quickest, was the quickest in the only practice session for this weekend, Max Verstappen. And he did have a few problems, didn't he? He did have a bit of an engine problem as well. And Max Verstappen, he can't really have a bit of an engine problem, because if he does, then you will get a 10 PS grid penalty for taking off, obviously getting a new engine unit into his car. Max Verstappen is going to take a 10 PS grid penalty for Belgium Grand Prix, which is where he'll probably get fit in a new power unit. But Max Verstappen, he's won from there before, hasn't he? He's won from 11 before in Spa, so it's probably made sense for Max Verstappen to take a power unit there, especially when you can definitely overtake at Belgium Spa as well. And yeah, so it's all about Lando Norris is probably the only one to stop Max Verstappen this season, in my opinion, because McLaren definitely making huge progress as well. See, I don't mind this. I don't mind Bernie Toyens, because Bernie Toyens has actually worked for a Formula One team, and that's on Martin as a team strategist. So he knows what he's talking about. It's just Naomi Shops. He doesn't know what he's talking about, honestly. So yeah, Bernie Toyens, no problem with her, because she knows what she's talking about. She's a former team strategist as well. So yeah, but the whole thing with the sprint format is, the only thing with the sprint format is you get bonus points, don't you, for winning the sprint race and for finishing in the top 8 of the sprint race as well. I don't think it's enough points though, but you don't know, do you? You just don't know, because in the sprint race, you could get, say 1 point could win the title this season. And that 1 point might have mattered in a sprint format. So that's another positive, isn't it, about the sprint format, which we didn't have in previous seasons before 2021. So this is showing you Christian Horner in the team garage with Max Verstappen. It's an interesting situation, isn't it, at Red Bull at the moment? Really is an interesting situation. They seem to get on well, Horner and Verstappen now. Well, Christian Horner and Max Verstappen seem to get on well. It's interesting that we have not seen Max Verstappen's dad recently. We've not seen Max Verstappen's dad for quite a while now. Which shows that Max Verstappen's dad Jos Verstappen and Christian Horner, there's still a bit of beef going on between Jos Verstappen and Christian Horner. Max Verstappen's been heavy into Mercedes. There's the main man, pit reporter Ted Proffitt. But do you think Max Verstappen will go to Mercedes? It also says between him and Kimi Antonelli. The Max Verstappen rumours to Mercedes just don't seem to be going away at the moment. They seem to turn my eye for them after being quiet for the last couple of races. Max Verstappen to Mercedes. Jos Verstappen was meant to be driving like a classic car around Austria, but Christian Horner's banned him from it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting with that Max Verstappen and Red Bull situation. Christian Horner's had a pop, hasn't he, at the ice of Zak Brown and Toto Wolff for saying more team members will leave Red Bull. And yeah, that was it. That's what Christian Horner said today. About Max Verstappen being into Mercedes. Christian Horner said the only Verstappen that's available to try for Mercedes is Jos Verstappen. So yeah, I think that bond now between Christian Horner and Max Verstappen's dad, I think that bond's done now, to be honest. But it's going to be interesting with Max Verstappen's dad. What influence will he have on his son's future in Formula 1? We still don't know what's going on with Adrian Newey. We're all thinking Adrian Newey. We're all thinking Adrian Newey was nailed on to join Ferrari, weren't we? But now the Aston Martin hints have now came towards Adrian Newey. So if I'm Adrian Newey, where would I go if I was Adrian Newey? Well, you got Fernando Alonso and Jan Stroll. Unfortunately, Jan Stroll will be staying at Aston Martin. That has been confirmed. So Jan Stroll is still going to be in charge of Aston Martin. Or you got Ferrari, where you done get a massive paycheck at Ferrari, which is what Lewis Hamilton's done there. And Ferrari don't need more than Adrian Newey and Lewis Hamilton to even be back competing consistently right to the end for the title to me. So Ferrari don't need more than this pretty Adrian Newey and Lewis Hamilton, in my opinion. We all know Ferrari, they are the poster boys. They are the poster boys of Formula 1, definitely. Massive team, biggest team in Formula 1, Ferrari. And it's an absolute disgrace where they have not won a title for 2 decades, in my opinion. For a team like Ferrari, that is a bit of a shambles, in my opinion, of how they've been run for the next 2 decades. So, but you don't give Fred Vasseur a chance at Ferrari. You don't give him a chance. He's had previous bonds with Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc in the past. Too many questions about Ferrari for Ferrari to challenge in the next 2 years, in my opinion, because is Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton good enough? No, sorry, is Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, are they going to work together? Because Charles Leclerc, for me, he's going to, for me, need to be the number 2 against Lewis Hamilton. There's no way Lewis Hamilton's down there to be number 2. No chance. You got a 7-time world champion in Lewis Hamilton, and you got, which is a massive ego, let's be real, with Lewis Hamilton, but it's a good ego because he deserves all that priority, in my opinion. And you got Charles Leclerc, for some reason, who's number 1 at Ferrari, whose talent, Charles Leclerc is a talent, by the way, but he's now becoming a wasted talent at the moment. He is becoming a wasted talent because there's no excuses for me. Charles Leclerc should have won the title in 2022 for me. That was the year for me for Ferrari, in my opinion. And the whole team let them down. The whole team let Ferrari down, and Red Bull went on to win it comfortably that year. But there was no excuses. Ferrari were the best prepared team in 2022 for the 2022 regulations as well. So there was no excuses. A massive failure of a season that season for Ferrari for me. But we are going to get underway in 5 minutes for sprint qualifying. I might actually do the sprint race actually. I just thought about that. I might do the sprint race tomorrow actually. Tomorrow morning. If I can't do the sprint race, then I'll try and do actual qualifying tomorrow. But I'll put it on the community post anyways, and I'll do my review as always. So just give me a second, I'll be right back. So now we're then underway. Looks like we're then underway now for sprint qualifying for Austria. Just waiting for. It's the same as qualifying. It's the same as actual qualifying, where you will have 3 separate sprint qualifying sessions, which will be finished by 4:30. So yeah, we've got 2 more minutes still. We've got 2 more minutes. Just give me a second. Try and get the Trent out. Try and get the Trent out one-handed. There we go. Sorted. There we go. Sorted. So the mandatory tyres, sprint qualifying 1 medium, sprint qualifying 2 medium, and sprint qualifying 3 is soft tyres. So I can't open this. Now I'm trying to open this fucking Trent. Give me a second. There we go. Managed to get my Trent open there. So yeah, I am going to leave that question up if anyone wants to answer it in the comments, whoever's watching. But yeah, sprint qualifying 1 got 12 minutes, sprint qualifying 2 got 10 minutes, and sprint qualifying 3 is 8 minutes. But as always, I will put it on the ticker. We're now underway for sprint qualifying 1, but I will put it on the ticker whoever gets knocked out in qualifying 1, qualifying 2, qualifying 3 after each session finishes. Oh, there we go. There's Max Verstappen's start in the separate rotation. Oh no, he's actually in the Red Bull team Davids. Where's Christian Horner then? Oh, and Christian Horner's on the pit wall. Max Verstappen's dad is in the team Davids. Talk about avoiding each other. But yeah, I remember when I did the fucking pre-season watch-alongs, the pre-season test watch-alongs. Boring as hell for fucking 3.5 hours or whatever it was. I don't think I'll be doing that again, no chance. But at the same time, it was done for the Stutson, wasn't it? It was done for the Stutson, to say the least, to be fair. But yeah. So 10 minutes to go. Still no action yet. Still no lap time set yet. In sprint qualifying. In sprint qualifying 1. I wonder what they're doing. Because they're setting a pretty time. In terms of the darts, you've seen 1-4-0 against Finland, and Hong Kong beat Japan 4-1. I told people Hong Kong would beat Japan. And final game is China against Diana. I'll watch highlights of that afterwards. And here we go now. They're now starting to come out now. Max Verstappen's not rushing out yet. He don't need to, does he? Let's be real. You don't need to rush out Max Verstappen. But yeah, 8.5 minutes. They've all decided to come out now. After, 4 minutes of saying Team Davidsons. So yeah, they're just having a bit of an outlet to start off with. Then they'll go into the flying knots. Nice weather at Austria. The weather here in Tarnow was a bit inconsistent, I would say. But at least it's cooled down from a couple of days ago. It was unbearable, let's be real. Alexander Norris comes out, and straight away we're going to have our first driver to set off for that time, and that is, of course, Lewis Hamilton. And already there's a bit of I think he may back out from. Well, no, he's still continuing, Lewis Hamilton. But I think he may have lost a bit of time there going into turn 1. Struggling to control the car into turn 1 when he was turning. that McLaren's sort of needs to get that out of the way, and he does. But yeah, much better turn there from Lewis Hamilton, unlike the first corner. Yeah, there's only the replay now. Yeah, it was struggling to control it there. Lewis Hamilton, and already someone's done Twitter. Dan Lewis Hamilton was his teammate, George Russell. And Lewis Hamilton comes across the line because it is a short circuit, only 10 turns, with a 106.416. George Russell was done purple in the first sector and the middle sector, with Hardo and Oscar Piastri are now also on the last. But Tsunoda's done second with a 106.557, Bottas third, 106.725. Lewis Hamilton's done his time deleted, so Tsunoda's quickest, with Hardo does third. George Russell does quickest with a 105.764. But yeah, Hamilton track limits at turn 6. Oscar Piastri does second. Up next to come across the line, Hulkenberg does 5th. Carlos Sainz does 2nd quickest. And I'm pretty sure this is a circuit where everyone does wide and the time's deleted as well for track limits. So they are very strict with track limits around here. So don't be shocked to see a lot of track limits, a lot of times that deleted for track limits. As Lando Norris does 3rd quickest, with the quickest sector. His quickest sector was in sector 3. Charles Leclerc next to cross the line does 4 quickest with a 106.149. Perdazzi does up to 9 quickest. Up next is Esteban Ocon, and he will do 6 quickest. Not bad from Alpine. And Max Verstappen comes across the lines door quickest with a 105.690. But not that much quicker than Russell though, let's be real. But only just about quicker than George Russell. Sergio Perez does 6 quickest. Now we've got the 2 Aston Martin drivers. Fernando Alonso does 14 quickest. I think he backed out. He must have backed out somewhere. Fernando Alonso. Lance Stroll. Yeah, Alonso must have lost time somewhere because Lance Stroll does 5 quickest. Up next comes Logan Sargent in the Williams, who looks like he's done a news to see at Williams by the looks of things. Does 12 quickest. And we've got 3.5 minutes yet of sprint qualifying 1. So already in trouble are Fernando Alonso, Alex Albon, Daniel Ricciardo, and I'm waiting for this replay to go away to see who's in the bottom 5, along with Alonso, Albon, and Ricciardo. But yeah, this track is very strict with track limits. If all 4 wheels are off the track, your time's then deleted. Doesn't matter if it's 1 millimeter. But yeah, here we go. Alonso, Albon, Ricciardo, Hamilton, and Zhou Guanyu are the ones that are currently in the bottom 5 at the moment. Hamilton, of course, gets his time deleted for track limits. Zhou Guanyu for the same thing as well. Ricciardo, and I think Ricciardo might have got his time deleted as well for track limits. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton should be fine, in my opinion. He should still be fine. But out of all the F1 Watchalongs I've done, Max Verstappen has never been on pole. So I wonder if that streak will continue, but we shall see. But that was actual qualifying, wasn't it? This is sprint qualifying. Oh, what's going on here between Verstappen and Hamilton? Verstappen's not really then out the way. But is Hamilton doing the right thing here by getting the tour? Yeah, Hamilton was waiting for the Sauber driver to overtake him so he can get a tour. Lewis Hamilton to try and help with his lap time, and the Sauber driver doors off the circuit into turn one. He doors off, and Hamilton 2/10 off Max Verstappen, 0.02 of a second off Max Verstappen, as I say. So 1 minute, yeah. And this is done by Lewis Hamilton's only lap time, potentially. Oh my God, drivers then in Lewis Hamilton's way here. He may have lost a bit of time there. It's a yellow. He has done slower than his set. He has done 400 of a second slower than Max Verstappen in the middle sector. Lewis Hamilton is in trouble here, potentially. Oh, about the final sector now. Only 11 quickers with Lewis Hamilton. He ain't safe. He's not safe at all. Zhou Guanyu looks like he could be out. And bottom, Perez does 8 quickers. Alex Albon, who's currently in the bottom 5, only 15th quickers. He's definitely not safe. Nico Hulkenberg, he does quicker than Albon. Albon is back in the top zone and more likely out of this competition, out of this qualifying session. Alonso does 11 quickers. Ricciardo does 14 quickers. It's all about Jordan Sargent. What can Jordan Sargent do here? He does 13 quickers, and if he's Harvey's done off at the final corner, it's an yellow flag in sector 3. But it's now between Frada then. Who was that went off? Was it Ricardo or Sonoda? I think it was Sonoda. Perdazzi, currently in the top zone. He does up to 11 quickers as Alpine continue their improvements from the start of the season. And I think that is that. So Ricardo, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Albon, Zhou Guanyu all get knocked out. Lewis Hamilton, very, very lucky man. What the fuck? I can't pause this. Fuck. Oh my God. I can't pause this. That is so fucking annoying. But yeah, anyways, so Zhou Guanyu, Zhou, Albon. I've competed for Dalton now. To start. Bottas. Was it Ricardo? I think it was Hulkenberg, Ricardo, wasn't it? No, Sargent. What am I on about? Yeah, it was Sargent, wasn't it? Sargent and Ricardo. I'll rewind it anyways. So this So it was Joe Kwan Yu, Alex Albon, Valtteri Bottas, Nico Hulkenberg, and Daniel Ricciardo, who all went out in sprint qualifying 1, who all got eliminated. My mistake, I thought it was Jordan Sargent, not Nico Hulkenberg. But yeah, it would have helped, wouldn't it, if I could put pause it. Well, I say I could. To record it, can't I? Then at least, if I record it, it will help me pause it. I say I'm going to do a bit of a check, actually, see if I can pause any other port one and see what happens. What the fuck? Oh, so I can pause the darts, but I can't pause F1, just so I can check who got knocked out. That's it, man. No, it's still doing it. Well, I used to do it on record anyways, haven't I? I see, we'll take this off record, and when we need to record it and rewind, I can actually go back to see who got knocked out. So yeah, it's a bit of an audition way, isn't it, sprint qualifying, to see who may struggle in qualifying and who might not struggle in qualifying. How can we delete this? There we go, deleted, done. Just give me a second, be right back. There we go. So yeah, we're then underway now for sprint qualifying 2. I wasn't doing the Miami one, but back in the Miami one, it was near at night, and I already did the League 1 playoff Watchalong as well. But also the sprints, it will help get your car up to speed as well, won't it? For the actual qualifying and the actual race as well. So that's probably another positive of the sprint format. But yeah, like I said, the sprint format at the moment seems to be divisive at the moment. And both for understandable ways as well. Both for understandable ways. What I don't like about F1 is having all these races, 24 to 1 3s, 24 to 1 3s, and Yes, add another American Grand Prix to it. Come on. May as well just call it American F1 at this pretty current stage, to be honest. This is my DFV. It's them fucking weirdos. It's them weirdos next door. So yeah, Max Verstappen settings that time. Why do you need to fucking beep? Honest to God. Why do they need to beep? Why do they need to beep? Honestly. You can see they don't back in the house. Just say bye and that's it. Don't fucking beep the fucking arm because it will set the dog off. Set the dog off bloody barking. 8:30 in the morning. All I can hear is that. Pretty beep. But yeah, Max Verstappen 105, 186. Perez with a 105, 612. Lando Norris does second quickest with a 105.561. But Carlos Sainz is on a very good lap time. He does second quickest with a 105.435. Up next is Charles Leclerc. He does third quickest. Maybe sprint qualifying might suit Ferrari, who knows. Oscar Piastri does second quickest, only 200ths of a second behind Max Verstappen. Hamilton does fifth quickest. And George Russell, he does second quickest behind Max Verstappen. So yeah, Dan Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Tim Manson, Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Jordan Sargent, and Yuki Tsunoda are all the drivers who are yet to set at that time. What do we all reckon about Sergio Perez? The best car on the grid, and Sergio Perez for me just seems to be stale at Red Bull now. Just seems to have gone stale. And Red Bull have decided to keep him on, which is a bit baffling in my opinion. Because there is better replacements out there. Carlos Sainz is one of them. I know Jos Verstappen and Carlos Sainz's dad don't get on. But that's the only perfect replacement, surely, isn't it? I know Fernando Alonso has been linked. He was linked to Red Bull seat. But again, Alonso, I don't think he would have liked being number 2 to Max Verstappen. It's just that ego of being being a multiple world champion. You shouldn't be number 2 to anyone. Simple as that. So yeah, got 4.5 minutes, yeah. I sprint qualifying 2. Yo, people don't like Max Verstappen and they're entitled to their through on Max Verstappen, but for me, I don't think there's anything wrong with Max Verstappen. With his interviews, he allows anyone to interview him. He's won races where he's not been the best car on the grid, Max Verstappen. He has won races where he hasn't been the fastest car at times. So for me, I think Max Verstappen needs to get more respect, in my opinion, for what he is. This is an absolute sensational world champion. Yes, we will. 3-time world champion. Gonna be, for me, I think he will be 4-time world champion this year, despite Red Bull having a bit of through pits this season, and through struggles. I still think he'll go on to win a 4th world title. I think Max Verstappen, I've always said, ability-wise, he's got the mentality of Michael Schumacher, and driving ability-wise, he's got the driving ability of, God rest his soul, Ayrton Senna. He's got that combined, hasn't he, Max Verstappen? He's got that combined. And people come at me then saying, you just have one bit of gender than Lewis Hamilton. I don't. I still respect Lewis Hamilton's achievements, but I have not seen Lewis Hamilton, apart from in 2007 and 2008, where McLaren won the quickest cars. I've not seen Lewis Hamilton win a race where he's had the best car on the grid, but he's not necessarily been the fastest driver. I've not seen him do that, unlike Max Verstappen. Because for me, I think Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes era needed a dominant car, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I actually respect Hamilton's achievements from 2007 and 2008 more, to be honest. Because Hamilton won the world title in 2008 with fucking Heikki Kovalainen as his teammate, who was as much use as a broken iPhone charger. And yeah, albeit we can all say 2008 was controversial with all the Class 8 situation with Singapore. Was cost Felipe Massa from winning the title, in my eyes. For me, it wasn't a race in Brazil. But yeah, just my opinion anyways. I don't have an agenda than Lewis Hamilton. I don't like him. I don't like him on the outside of F1, but inside of F1, on the track, I like him. I respect his achievements. But yeah, here we go. Yuki Tsunoda doors 11 quickest, 1 minute remaining for sprint qualifying 2. Perdazzi will be next to come across the line. He does 10 quickest. Better. Fernando Alonso does 12 quickest. I think that's him out. Jordan Sargent does 14 quickest. That's definitely him out. Kevin Magnussen, who saw the quickest first sector, Kevin Magnussen in the hat. And he does 11 quickest and misses out. Sergio Perez looks like he's going to get away. Well, yeah, I think he will. Perez is going to get away with it again. Perez just missed it through to sprint qualifying 3. So Sargent, Tsunoda, Alonso, Jan Stroll, and Kevin Magnussen are all out in sprint qualifying 2. There we go. That is your sprint order so far. As we now go on to sprint qualifying 3. Any surprises? I still think Fernando Alonso, isn't it? I think Alonso, I just think Alonso not being in the top 10 is still a shock, in my opinion. Still not being in the top 10 is a shock. Everything else pretty much expected, especially with Alpine's improvements from the start of the season. So start of the season, we just didn't know where they were going to go. They were an absolute car crash. Worst team they were the worst car on the grid back then. But I did say, didn't I? I did say they'll improve, in my opinion, Alpine. They'll improve and they'll get back into the top 10. Carlos Sainz, by the way, it looks like he could be set to join Alpine now. Apparently, I thought it looked like he was in the door to Williams, Carlos Sainz, but it looks like he's in the door to Alpine now, as I said in my community posts. From what I've heard, to team up with Per Dadsey at Alpine, obviously Esteban Octon's done to Haas, but we all suspect that Oi Berman will be the teammate of Esteban Octon at Haas for next season. It's just who's done to Williams? Who's done to Williams to be teammates with Alex Albon? It's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be interesting. Because you could have Valtteri Bottas. You could have Bottas there. You could have Kimi Antonelli there to be teammates with Albon. Bottas would be good for Albon. I think Bottas would be good for that experience alongside him. Hugh Lawson is another one. Mick Schumacher. We've obviously with the news of Mick's father, Michael Schumacher, now out of his coma, which is, by the way, I haven't spoken about that, which is brilliant news, ain't it? Brilliant news. How many? I think that was 11 years. 11 years. Michael Schumacher was in a coma. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. He must have been in fit shape, He must have been in fit shape to survive that. Michael Schumacher. So, yeah, he's getting back in the country lineup. Michael Schumacher as well. So, yeah, obviously I haven't spoken about that, about Michael Schumacher. Brilliant news with him out of his coma. And yet is we have continued. Yes, we have continued. That's all I can say. And hopefully we can see his son come back into Formula 1. I think he deserves another chance, doesn't he? His son. He was with Mazepin, wasn't he, at Haas? And it was like, And Mazepin was a bit of a disaster of a driver, wasn't he, for Mick Schumacher to have. I think Mick Schumacher, for me, he needed an experienced driver alongside him at Haas. So you have to see if he does come back into Formula 1. But it's limited options now. There's Haas, but apparently Oi Berman is expected to be teammate to Esteban Ocon at Haas. So it just needs Alpine and Williams, and Carlos Sainz now looking like to join Alpine instead of Williams. So it's all up for grabs in that Williams seat for me. There is Sauber, actually. I just thought that there is Sauber. There is Audi Sauber as well. So still a lot to sort out in terms of the driver market. No one's currently on P1, mate. No one's currently in P1. Sprint qualifying 3 has not started yet. But on your screen, they are the drivers who got eliminated in qualifying 1 and qualifying 2. Joe, Albon, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo all got knocked out in qualifying 1, sprint qualifying 1. Sargent, Tsunoda, Alonso, Stroll, and Magnussen all got knocked out in sprint qualifying 2. So we're just waiting for sprint qualifying 3 to get underway. But I hope you well. I hope you well, mate. But yeah, Carlos Sainz at Alpine. Interesting one, isn't it? Quite an interesting one. But there's a lot to be sorted out. Still a lot to be sorted out, because it wouldn't shock me if Sainz is tempted by the Audi Sauber project. So we're gonna have, I think, Oi Berman's and Dot Hats to drive alongside Esteban Ocon. because I think Esteban Ocon and Tim Magnussen, that would have been a tartwat of the team partnership, to be honest with you. But to be fair, Hats do love tartwat partnerships, don't they? So I think it'd be Ocon and Berman at Hats. Audi Sauber, obviously Hulkenberg's confirmed there. I think they're going to have a new lineup personally. Don't rule out Sebastian Vettel. Don't rule out Sebastian Vettel to try for them. Don't rule that out either. But it has been realistic. This showing you the battle for second between Norris and Charles Leclerc in the driver standings. Who's going to go to Sauber to be teammates with Hulkenberg? I actually think Bottas will go to Williams. I think Bottas will go to Williams alongside Albon. I think that will happen, in my opinion. I think Sauber is going to be Nico Hulkenberg and I think Mick Schumacher will come back in to Formula 1. So I think it'll be Hulkenberg and Schumacher at Audi Sauber. I think Kimi Antonelli's going to go to Mercedes. I think Toto Wolff is all full guns blazing on that. I don't know if that's the right move for Kimi Antonelli personally, to go straight into Mercedes. But if they think he's the future, God give him a shot, I suppose. And obviously Alpine, I think Alpine will probably be Dadsy and Carlos Sainz now. I really do think that. So we are underway for sprint qualifying 3. We've got 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining of sprint qualifying 3. By the way, I think it's an absolute disgrace that Bymore's back at Alpine. I think that's an absolute disgrace that he's back after what he caused in 2008 Singapore 1-3. The corruption and the whole class day situation. I just can't believe he's back. But that's Formula 1. It's run by Americans. They will allow anyone back in to the sport. So yeah, they're probably going to come out after 5 minutes. Once it does to 5 minutes, that's when they'll all come back out. Or sprint qualifying 3. All the Max Verstappen fans are all raving at the moment. So yeah, 5 minutes to go until sprint qualifying 3 finishes. No one has set a lap time yet in sprint qualifying 3. I tell you what, I think Alpine put that 5th place, in the constructors. They've massively improved, haven't they? Massively improved the car. Aston Martin now starting to struggle. I don't know why Alonso is staying at Aston Martin, to be honest with you. He stayed with them how many years? 2, was it? Yeah, 2 years. Because he joined in 2023, didn't he? So he's stayed with them last year, and he's stayed with them this year. And there's still been no progress from Aston Martin. So, to be fair, I think Alonso is done anyways in terms of Formula 1. Unfortunately. And yes, Aston Martin somehow pull Adrian Newey in and start doing something to that car, then who knows? I tell you what, they're even a bit yet, these drivers. We only got 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Maybe they're just, obviously, they're all done be on the soft tyre for sprint qualifying 3, because they were all on the mediums for sprint qualifying 1 and sprint qualifying 2, which is probably why in sprint qualifying 3 it's probably going to be more exciting, because they're all done be on the soft tyre. Max Verstappen will probably be quicker on the soft tyre. George Russell, I don't know what he's saying on the team radio. Everyone playing a bit of mind games with each other. They're only going to have one lap. So on your side, all of them are only going to have one lap to set by the other things. By the time they get round the corner. That's mental. That is madness. I know it's sprint qualifying. It's not actual qualifying, but still bonus points off the quads. It's craziness. They're very lucky that it's a short circuit. They are very lucky that it's a short circuit. I think we're going to have a bit of chaos going on here. I really do. Where some of them might not get out of the way. 2 minutes to go. And no one's set it. Oh my god, no one's set enough time yet. So yeah, all of them done it, only get one lap to set enough time. And a lot of the drivers need to get a fucking move on, who are still in the pit end as well. Sorry for swearing, but the only, oh my god. Who's that? Charles Leclerc. He's out. Charles Leclerc's out of sprint qualifying 3. I don't know what's happened. But he's definitely out. Or is he? No, he isn't. He isn't out. He needs to get a move on, Charles Leclerc. He's only got 1 minute to come across the line and try and set enough time. But we're on board now with Lewis Hamilton. He'll be the first one to set enough time. They've all left it far too yet, a lot of them, to only set one lap time. So they need to make it count. Lewis Hamilton, well, obviously those quickest. Oh, it must shock. Because he's the first one. Setting enough time. George Russell does slower than Hamilton. So this is a bit craziness, isn't it? Absolute craziness, this. This is absolute chaos, honestly. This is absolute chaos. I think that's Charles Leclerc, who's in front of Hamilton. Oh my god, it's going to be tight. 5 seconds for Charles Leclerc. Oh, has he done it? Has he just done across the line? He has. You lucky boy, Charles. Hamilton does quickest 105.270. George Russell does quickest 105.054. Oscar Piastri comes up next across the line. He does quickest with 104.987. Up next is his teammate, Lando Norris. He does quickest with a 104.779. Now it's up to Sainz and Verstappen. Carlos Sainz up next. He does 4 quickest. Here comes Max Verstappen. Oh my god, he does quickest with 9 thousandths of a second. He does quickest, Max Verstappen. Fucking hell. Wow. Perez does 7 quickest. Ocon 8th. Gasly 9th. And Charles Leclerc set no time. Charles Leclerc has set no time. He does 10 quickest. Absolute disaster, cats, from Ferrari once again. They dipped that dibs on divin with Ferrari. Absolute disaster class from Charles Leclerc and his team in sprint qualifying. But a solid qualifying for Alpine. Sprint qualifying, so to say. So Max Verstappen is on pole. Oh, now we can pause it. Oh yeah, funny that, ain't it? So let me finish this grid. Perez is in 7th. Hamilton in 6th. Carlos Sainz in 5th. Russell in 4th. Good qualifying, to be fair, from George Russell, especially with McLaren putting them upwards. Piastri is in 3rd for the sprint race. Norris is in 2nd. Bloody 9,000 of a second. Bloody hell. And Max Verstappen is the man. Is the man on pole. Which isn't a shock, yes, be real. Because Max Verstappen should be on pole and should be winning this Grand Prix. And there we go. And now it's down across your screen. It's now down across your screen on the bottom. That is going to be the grid for the sprint race. Just 9,000 of a second between Verstappen and Hamilton. Verstappen and Norris, sorry. Verstappen and Norris in the battle for pole for the sprint race. So I'm going to leave it there. Massive appreciation to everyone that tuned in. Feel free to leave your comments down below on the question: should sprint format stay or be scrapped in Formula 1? And feel free to leave your thoughts down below if you're watching this on playback on the whole sprint qualifying and the whole situation with all the drivers all coming out with 3 minutes remaining on sprint qualifying 3, which meant Charles Leclerc set no lap time in the end, which made it a disaster class. Was it a disaster class from Ferrari and Charles Leclerc? Let me know down below in the comments. So take care, stay safe, and have a good rest of the evening, people. Have a good rest of Friday evening, people, and hope I might be back tomorrow with the sprint race or actual qualifying. Who knows? But make sure to keep an eye out. But yeah, I'll do a community post on what happens anyways. So, and obviously don't mind with through anyways. That will come next week. So take care, stay safe, and have a good rest of the day and evening, people, wherever you're watching from. As Max Verstappen qualifies on pole for the sprint race in Spielberg.